Good morning, Facebook. Grace and peace to you all. Today I want to talk about preoccupation with sin and self-righteousness inside the church. And a lot of times we focus on sin in other people. We focus on, we're like the Pharisee at temple. We're sitting in that thinking, well, thank God that I'm not like that guy and his sin, rather than what sin really shows us. It's the fruit of who we are in, right? So if we give ourselves over the power of sin, we are self-centered in that moment. We aren't focused on the beauty of what God's done in and through our lives. So we give ourselves over to the power of sin in that moment. I love what in 1 John 2 it says, I say these things to you so that you will not sin. But if you do sin, you have an advocate, Jesus Christ, at the right hand of the Father. Right? We focus on sin and we use it to put people in categories of us and them, and it produces self-righteousness within us. And we are not meant to be self-righteous. We're meant to have compassion and love and kindness and gentleness for those that are struggling in an area of their life. It'll produce love for that person. It won't produce self-righteousness. Man-made religion will produce self-righteousness. Think of all the different sins that we've created. We've created that some people believe that dancing is a sin, or drinking a glass of wine is sin, right? There's all these different things that we put upon ourselves. Let's focus on righteousness, which is not earned but gifted by what Christ did, not by what you do. So often we focus on the wrong thing. We put the cart before the horse, but it's really about, guess what? The fruit of your life will be different if you yield your life to God and get overwhelmed by His love and His grace and His mercy. We do a very poor job of representing the one we say that we follow. They will know that you are my disciples by the way that we love one another, not try and justify our own behaviors by mine's not as bad as that dude's, right? Or that gal's. Right? So it elevates ourselves so we have this appearance of holiness without actually being set free from the own bondages. Think of what sin is. Sin is really, a litmus test for yourself. Check your own heart. Where are areas that I could be set free? Where could I trust God more in my life rather than it being about, sometimes we settle for so far less than what God has for us because we say, well, at least I'm not like that guy. Thank you, Lord, that I'm not like that dirty tax collector over there. But in that story, Jesus is saying, the one who is saying, forgive me, Father, forgive me, God, forgive me, Lord. I am broken, I am sinning, I am struggling in my life. That person goes away justified, not the guy that says, look at all I do for you, Lord. The fruit of being in Him is beautiful when you are truly in Him and you're not looking, you're not the sin police. Sin police never work, right? It's never about focusing on somebody else's sin and telling them how dark they are. I led a very dark life, very dark. And then I yielded my life fully to God and was set free from the bondage of self, because that is where our struggle comes on. At the root of all sin is self-centeredness. So it's just someone doesn't fully embrace the love of God for them, so they're searching and striving for fulfillment in their life, so they're going down all these paths that we're meant to find that fulfillment in Him, and we are being a poor representation of the beauty of God's heart. May God bless you today. May He set you free, and don't be a Pharisee. God bless.